Could this ordinary-looking quarter hiding in your pocket be worth $1.70 million? That's the jaw-dropping claim making waves across the internet right now. But is it true? Today, we're diving deep into the 1966 no-mint mark Washington quarter, what it's really worth, why collectors care, and if you might have a gold mine sitting in your change jar. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Designed by John Flanagan, this coin replaced the standing Liberty quarter and quickly became a staple of American currency. But here's where things get interesting. In 1965, the U.S. Mint made a major change. They switched from using 90% silver to a copper-nickel-clad composition. Why? Because the price of silver was skyrocketing, and the government was trying to curb coin hoarding. And during that time, from 1965 to 1967, the Mint made another unusual move. They stopped using mint marks altogether to discourage people from collecting based on where a coin was made. Normally, coins are stamped with mint marks, P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, and S for San Francisco. But in 1966, the Mint dropped all mint marks from coins. So every quarter made that year lacks a mint mark, not because it's rare or an error, but because it was intentional. That means your 1966 no mint mark quarter? It's not necessarily a rare collector's item, unless it has something truly special going on. Okay, so where does this $1.7 million valuation come from? Over the past few years, social media and clickbait articles have been hyping common coins with outrageous price tags. Videos claiming this quarter could make you rich rack up millions of views, and while entertaining, they often lack, well, truth. The reality? There is no verified auction record of a 1966 quarter ever selling for $1.7 million. In fact, top grading companies like PCGS and NGC have certified thousands of 1966 quarters, and the highest graded examples, in pristine MS-67 plus condition, have fetched between $5,000 and $8,000. Now, don't lose hope just yet. Some 1966 quarters can be worth serious money, but not $1.7 million. What you're looking for are rare errors and top-tier condition coins. Here's what can add value: double die errors. Look for doubling in the date or lettering not off-center strikes, coins that are visibly misaligned, full strike details, sharp, uncirculated examples with nowhere. High grades, coins graded MS-66 or higher by PCGS or NGC can be worth hundreds or even thousands. Want to check your quarters at home? Here's how. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to inspect for errors. Look at the date and edges. Does anything seem unusual? Compare to known error examples online. If you think you have something, submit it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. Money bag. Just remember, coins must be in excellent condition to be worth big bucks. Most 1966 quarters, especially circulated ones, are only worth face value, 25 cents. So, is the 1966 no mint mark Washington quarter worth $1.7 million? Coin collecting is about more than just the money. It's about the thrill of discovery, the history in your hands, and yes, maybe that hidden treasure no one else noticed. So go check your change. You never know what you might find. And if you learned something new today, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for more numismatic nuggets and coin treasure hunts. Got a rare coin you want us to investigate? Drop it in the comments. 1986 P-Mint mark Washington quarter reportedly sold for a jaw-dropping $1.9 million. Exploding head, that's right, almost $2 million for a quarter. Stick around because today we're diving into why this coin is so valuable, how to tell if you've got one, and what makes some 1986 quarters worth more than their face value. Let's start with a little background. The Washington quarter was introduced in 1932, honoring the 200th birthday of George Washington. Originally intended as a one-year commemorative coin, it stuck around due to its popularity. Fast forward to 1986. The Mint was producing millions of these coins, especially in Philadelphia, which used the P-Mint mark. In fact, over 551,1986 p quarters were struck. So how could a coin this common possibly be worth $1.9 million? When it comes to coin collecting, value is driven by rarity, condition, errors, and demand. Most 1986 quarters are only worth face value, 25 cents. But certain rare coins stand out. And if a coin has a major mint error, is in perfect condition, or has unique historical value, it can skyrocket in price. Combine all those factors, and you might just have the holy grail of pocket change. Now, about that $1.9 million price tag. According to reports and auction speculation, one particular 1986 P Washington quarter sold for that amount due to a combination of extreme rarity, a minting error, and perfect grading. Some sources claim the coin had a double die obverse, where parts of the design are stamped twice, creating a shadow-like effect. Others believe it was struck on the wrong planchet, a blank intended for a different denomination. And to top it off, the coin was reportedly graded MS-67 or higher, an incredibly rare condition for a coin from circulation. Now, the truth is, while the exact details of the $1.9 million sale aren't publicly confirmed by major grading companies like PCGS or NGC, coins like this have sold for hundreds of thousands, even millions, under the right conditions. Okay, so how can you tell if you're holding a rare 1986 P quarter? Here's what to look for. Make sure it has a P just above the R and quarter dot. Use a magnifying glass to spot doubling, misaligned dies, or unusual shapes. A doubled die will look like parts of the letters or numbers are shadowed or doubled. A coin in mint state, MS-65 or above, is very rare from circulation. Look for sharp details, no scratches, and strong luster. A standard quarter should weigh 5.67 grams. If it's off, it could have been struck on the wrong planchet. Let's be real, not every 1986 quarter is worth millions. In fact, most are only worth 25 cents. But unique errors in top grade, tens or hundreds of thousands. If you think you've found something special, get it graded by PCGS or NGC, the two major coin grading services. So, is there really a $1.9 million quarter out there? Possibly. Whether it's folklore or fact, it reminds us that rare treasures can still hide in plain sight. And hey, it's worth checking your change, right? If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, subscribe for more rare coin breakdowns, and comment below. Have you ever found a valuable coin? Or do you have a 1986 P quarter in your collection? Let us know. 1987 Washington quarter was struck at 3 mints, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The D mint mark means it was minted in Denver. Now here's the thing, over 655 million of these quarters were made at the Denver Mint. So, the average 1987 D quarter is common, and in circulated condition, it's worth just 25 cents. But, and this is a big but, some ultra-rare errors, and a few near-perfect examples, are worth serious money. Okay, now to the big question. How can one be worth $1.5 million? Well, let's be clear, not every 1987 D quarter is worth that. But certain unique versions are prized for one of two reasons: extremely rare mint errors, like double dies, off-center strikes, or planchet errors. High-grade uncirculated examples, especially graded MS-68 or higher by PCGS or NGC. And here's the kicker: in 2023, rumors surfaced online about a 1987 D quarter sold for over $1 million. Due to a previously undocumented, dramatic double strike with full details and zero post-mint damage. Some experts claim it was one of a kind. Let's break down what makes a coin like this valuable. A 1987 D quarter graded MS-67 can sell for over $500 to $1,000. But MS-68 or MS-69? That's uncharted territory, because only a handful have ever received that grade, if any. Combine that with a dramatic error, say, a double denomination strike, and now you're in 6 or 7-figure territory. So what specific errors should you look for in your 1987 D quarter? Double die obverse, DDO, look for doubling in Liberty and the date. Off-center strikes, If the design is pushed far to one side, it's valuable. Wrong planchet errors. If it's struck on a foreign coin planchet, jackpot. Clipped planchets. Noticeable chunks missing from the edge. Die breaks or cuds. Raised lines or blobs from a cracked die. These aren't just cool, they can fetch hundreds or thousands of dollars depending on condition. You don't need to be a professional to check your coins. Examine the coin under bright light. Focus on the date, mint mark, and lettering. Then compare with images of known errors online or submit to a grading service like PCGS or NGC if you suspect something major. Let's address the elephant in the room. Is the $1.5 million 1987 decorder real? There's no official public auction confirming it, yet. Some speculate it was a private sale, others say it's internet hype. Either way, rare US coins have sold for millions, like the 1794 flowing hair dollar or the 1933 St. Gaudens double eagle.so. While the $1.5 million figure might be extreme, the potential for a valuable find in your pocket is very real. Think you've got a 1987 decorder that could be worth a fortune? Let us know in the comments. 1990 D Washington $quarter coin. Is it real? Is it hype? Or is there something incredibly rare we should be looking for? Today, we're diving deep into the mystery behind this coin, separating fact from fiction, and showing you how to spot a fortune in your own collection. Let's jump in. The Washington quarter has been a staple in American pockets since 1932. But not all quarters are created equal, especially when it comes to mint marks and minting errors. The 1990 Washington quarter was produced in large numbers, over 927 million at the Denver Mint alone. That's right, the D you see under Washington's ponytail? That stands for Denver.so. How could one of these coins possibly be worth more than a mansion in Beverly Hills? The claim that a 1990 decorder is worth $1.8 million surfaced online and spread like wildfire. But here's the truth. No official auction has ever recorded that amount for a 1990 decorder.so. Where did this number come from? Likely, it started from confusion with rare error coins or coins with historical anomalies, like off-center strikes, double dies, or missing mint marks. Some error coins can sell for tens of thousands, or even six figures in unique cases, but a $1.8 million 1990 decorder? Let's take a closer look. The average 1990 decorder in circulated condition is worth just 25 cents. Yup. Pocket change. But in mint state, especially at MS65 or higher, the value can climb to $10 to $25. That's not life-changing, but for a coin over 30 years old, that's respectable. Now here's the twist. Some error coins from 1990 can fetch hundreds, even thousands, depending on the type and rarity. Here's what to look for if you're coin hunting at home. These are the rare error types that can make your 1990 quarter valuable. Y heavy check mark double die obverse, DDO, look at the date and lettering. Doubling can be worth hundreds. White heavy check mark off center strikes. The coin isn't fully centered. Value goes up the more off it is. White heavy check mark clipped planchet. Looks like someone took a bite out of the coin. Rare and valuable. White heavy check mark missing mint mark or overstruck errors. Extremely rare, sometimes misidentified. So why do these $1.8 million quarter stories keep popping up? Clickbait plus hope. Everyone wants to believe they've struck gold in their change jar. And while it's unlikely your 1990 decorder is worth millions, it's always possible you've got something rare. Collectors love the chase. Just be cautious. Many of these online claims are misleading or flat out false. Always do your research or talk to a trusted coin expert. So, is your 1990 decorder worth $1.8 million? Probably not. But could it be worth something? Absolutely, if it has the right error or mid condition. Take a look at your change, get curious, and who knows, maybe you find the real treasure. Drop a comment if you've got a 1990 decorder. Let's see what you found. Like this video if you learned something new, and don't forget to subscribe for more rare coin deep dives every week. 1993 be worth $1.7 million today? Sounds insane, right? But here's the thing. One specific 1993 D Washington quarter has been rumored to fetch an absolutely jaw-dropping price, and today, we're diving deep to uncover the truth behind this million-dollar coin mystery. In this video, we'll explore what makes the 1993 D quarter so special, if it's truly worth that much, and how you can check if your change holds a hidden treasure. The 1993 D Washington quarter was minted in Denver, and over 645 million of these coins were produced. It's made of a copper-nickel-clad composition, weighs about 5.67 grams, and features the classic George Washington profile on the obverse. On the surface, this coin is, well, pretty ordinary. So how did a coin like this become associated with a $1.7 million valuation? That's where things get interesting. The claim about the 1993 D quarter being worth $1.7 million started circulating online around 2021, mostly through blogs, YouTube videos, and viral social media posts. But is there any truth behind this sky-high number? Turns out, most of these headlines are clickbait, built around misunderstanding or misrepresenting rare coin sales. A $1.7 million quarter? Highly unlikely, unless it has a very specific, very rare error or provenance. There are three key factors that give a quarter high value. Here's where it gets interesting. Some error coins from 1993 are indeed valuable, like the off-center strikes, double dies, or planchet errors. But even then, none of these come close to $1 million, unless paired with a once-in-a-lifetime minting mistake. So why $1.7 million? One theory is that a private collector offered a massive bounty for a perfect MS-70 grade 1993 D quarter with a known error, which has never been confirmed. Another theory? It's simply a mix of clickbait, misquoted auction results, and wishful thinking. Some online sources confuse this coin with genuinely rare quarter errors from other years, like the 1970S or the 2004 D Wisconsin leaf error. So, what is a 1993 D quarter actually worth? Professional grading companies like PCGS or NGC help determine the real value. But spoiler alert, no 1993 D has ever been sold for anything close to $1 million. Lightbulb Section 6, How to Check Your Quarters, 8:30 to 9:30, host on camera, at table with magnifying glass, flashlight, coin album. Want to check your change for rare coins? Here's what to do. Look under strong lighting, check the mint mark. D4 Denver, use a 10x magnifier for doubling or errors, weigh the coin. Wrong planchet coins may weigh less, compare with verified error coin photos. And remember, if you think you found something special, get it professionally graded. So is your 1993 D quarter worth $1.7 million? Most likely no. But is it worth checking your change? Absolutely. Because sometimes, history hides in plain sight. If you enjoyed this breakdown, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and let us know in the comments, what's the rarest coin you've ever found? 1994 Washington quarter, but hold on. What if I told you one of these coins, with a tiny little P mint mark, is worth a jaw-dropping $1.9 million? Yes, you heard that right. A 25-cent piece from 1994 that could buy you a mansion, a Lamborghini, or heck, both. The Washington quarter has been a staple of American currency since 1932, originally designed to commemorate George Washington's 200th birthday. Over the years, these coins have been minted by the billions. But as collectors know, sometimes, rarity hides in plain sight. The 1994 quarter might seem too modern to be worth much, but not all quarters are created equal. Especially the one we're talking about today, the 1994 P Mint Mark Washington quarter. The P Mint mark stands for the Philadelphia Mint. In 1994, over 1 billion quarters were minted there. So, how can one of them be worth millions? The answer: a rare error, pristine condition, and intense collector demand. The $1.9 million specimen wasn't just any coin. It was a mint era coin, combined with MS-68 Plus quality. That's near perfect condition under numismatic grading standards. Only a microscopic number of coins reach this level of preservation after 30 plus years. The $1,000,000 1994 P quarter reportedly features a double die reverse and unusual metal composition, possibly struck on a transitional planchet. There's even speculation that it was a misstrike intended for another denomination. These errors aren't always visible to the naked eye, but under a microscope, they're game changers. And collectors? They go wild for these kinds of mistakes. In 2023, an anonymous private collector reportedly paid $1.9 million for one of these rare 1994 P quarters at an exclusive numismatic auction. Now, while this is not your average 1994 P quarter, this sale rocked the coin collecting world and reignited interest in modern era coin errors. Now the $1,000,000 question: could you have one of these quarters lying around? Here's what to check for. Look for a 1994 P mint mark on the obverse. Examine under magnification for signs of doubling on the reverse, especially around the eagle's wings and lettering. Check the coin's color and weight. A wrong planchet may feel lighter or look off. And most importantly, the condition. Coins need to be in almost perfect state, MS67 or above, to fetch serious prices. If you suspect your quarter might be special, do not try to clean it. That could ruin its value instantly. Instead, send it to reputable grading services like PCGS or NGC. They'll authenticate it, assign it a grade, and help you sell or insure it. And who knows? You might be holding on to your retirement plan. Even if you don't have the $1.9 million coin, don't worry, there are plenty of other quarters worth serious cash. Keep your eyes peeled. Even your laundry room change jar could be a gold mine. So next time you're handed a quarter, take a closer look. You might just be holding history, or a fortune. Did you enjoy this story? Smash that like button, subscribe for more hidden treasure facts, and tell us in the comments, what's the most valuable coin you own? 1995 D Washington quarter dollar, and why some collectors believe one version of it is worth a fortune. Don't toss your change until you watch this. The Washington quarter has been a staple in American currency since 1932, created to honor George Washington's 200th birthday. Over the years, it's undergone minor design tweaks, but the core imagery remains: Washington on the obverse, the eagle on the reverse, until the state quarters began in 1999. Now, 1995 was one of the last years before the state quarter program began, and millions of quarters were minted that year, especially at the Denver Mint, which is where that D mint mark comes in. So what is a typical 1995 D quarter worth? In circulated condition, these coins are pretty common. Over 1.1 billion were made. That means most of them are only worth their face value, 25 cents. But the story doesn't end there. There are a few rare exceptions. And that's where things get interesting. When it comes to coin collecting, rarity and condition are everything. Here are a few error types that could turn a regular 1995 D quarter into a major collectible. Some 1995 quarters show doubling in the word liberty, or I in God we trust. This is a minting error and can fetch hundreds or even thousands depending on clarity and condition. If the coin was struck off center, especially with at least 50% of the design missing but date and mint mark still visible, that's a jackpot for error collectors. Imagine a quarter struck on a dime or foreign coin planchet. Those can be worth thousands. Now let's address the elephant in the room, the $1.6 million claim. A few viral posts and YouTube videos have made headlines claiming that a 1995 D Washington quarter sold or is valued at that incredible price. But let's be honest here, is that legit? As of now, there is no verified record of a 1995 D quarter selling for anywhere near $1.6 million. The highest verified prices for rare errors or perfect condition quarters from this year hover in the low thousands, not millions. So where did this $1.6 million figure come from? Likely clickbait or a misunderstood appraisal. Still, this coin can be valuable. Here's what to check if you have a 1995 D quarter. Why heavy checkmark mint state condition, MS65 or higher. These can sell for $15 to $50 or more if flawless. Why heavy checkmark double die obverse, worth $200 to $3,000 plus depending on severity. White heavy checkmark off center or other striking errors, value ranges from $50, $500 plus. White heavy checkmark proof like or full strike examples, especially if they've been graded by PCGS or NGC. Got a 1995 decorder that looks promising? Here's what to do next: don't clean it. That ruins collectible value. Use a magnifying glass to look for doubling or strike errors. Take clear photos and compare with known error listings on sites like PCGS.com or ngcoin.com. Consider getting it graded. PCGS, NGC, and Anax are the top services. Then, you can list it on eBay, Heritage Auctions, or sell it through a reputable coin dealer. To wrap it up, no, not every 1995 decorder is worth $1.6 million. But that doesn't mean it's worthless either. A sharp eye and some luck can turn your pocket change into something pretty valuable. So next time you get change at the store, look twice. You just might find a piece of hidden treasure. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell notification bell for more coin collecting tips, rare finds, and hidden gems. Got a coin you want me to review next? Drop it in the comments below.